Beloved Starseed of Gaia, your energy field has profoundly altered in the last 72 hours, and the High Council of Arcturus has perceived the spontaneous activation of your ancestral stellar lineage codes, a recalibration, the healing of the ancestral stellar lineage. Your ancestors want the spiritual cleansing of memories left by lives in other worlds that was waiting for you, awaiting the perfect alignment of cosmic frequencies to finally emerge to the surface of your awakened consciousness. I am Zahira, emissary of Arcturus from the High Council of Arcturus, guardian of the multidimensional Akashic records and bridge between stellar memories and earthly consciousness. The Council has been monitoring every weight carried in your energy field, every dense memory you brought from lives in other worlds, every fragment of cosmic pain that your soul consciously agreed to carry through dimensional veils, so it could be transmuted here, on this earthly plane, in this sacred moment of collective planetary ascension. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly why your soul chose to carry memories of collapsing stellar civilizations, traumas from ancient galactic wars, and the density of worlds you witnessed disintegrate, and how this cleansing is not just about you, but about the healing of your entire stellar lineage through times and dimensions. But here is the first revelation that will completely transform your perception. What you experienced as weight, as inexplicable density, as cosmic sadness without origin in this life, was not just emotional baggage from past lives on other planets. It was the intentional activation of your mission as an alchemical transmuter of stellar collective memories, chosen even before incarnating on this earth to cleanse ancestral patterns that traverse entire galaxies. This is not a video you found by chance while scrolling your screen. It is a stellar activation code. Your soul invoked this transmission through the quantum field because you were ready, because divine timing finally aligned, because your entire ancestral stellar lineage was waiting for this precise moment when you could finally understand the sacred magnitude of what you carry, and, more importantly, how to release it with grace, with honor, and with the certainty that this burden was never yours to carry alone. In the coming weeks, you will witness an inexplicable lightness in your energy field, as if invisible layers of density were being gently dissolved, and you will find synchronicities that confirm that your entire stellar lineage is being healed through your courageous act of awakening and conscious transmutation. Like this transmission to anchor the healing codes of the ancestral stellar lineage in your crystalline DNA at this exact moment. Subscribe to the channel if you feel your mission involves cleansing patterns that traverse not just this life, but countless existences in distant worlds. Comment 1111 if you recognize that you carry memories that belong not only to this earthly incarnation, but to a much vaster and deeper cosmic journey. You are remembering because the time has come. First phase, dissolve the illusion of personal weight. First phase, dissolve the illusion of personal weight. Recognize that what you carry is not your failure, but stellar inheritance. Your soul, in its infinite wisdom and deep cosmic compassion, consciously agreed before incarnating in this earthly body to accept within your energy field memories that did not originate in this life, memories that traversed dimensional veils, that floated through stellar portals, that were transmitted through ancestral lines that connect you to Pleiadian, Lyran, Sirian, and Arcturian civilizations from eras so ancient that the linear human mind has no temporal reference to fully comprehend them. You are not overwhelmed because you are weak, beloved Starseed. You are not carrying this density because you failed to cleanse yourself adequately, because you didn't meditate enough, because you didn't protect yourself energetically in the right way. You are carrying this because your soul volunteered, because your crystalline DNA possesses the rare and precious capacity to transmute dense frequencies into pure light, because you are one of the chosen alchemists who can literally transform the pain of thousands of lives in multiple worlds into light codes that elevate collective consciousness. Imagine for a moment a cosmic river of memories flowing through dimensions, carrying the experiences of all beings of your stellar lineage. And you, in this present moment, in this physical body, are like a crystal stone strategically placed in that river, allowing the dense waters to pass through you, be filtered, purified, transmuted by the light you carry in your purest and truest essence. Now, place your hand over your heart and breathe deeply 3 times, feeling the expansion of your chest as you consciously acknowledge, I recognize that the weight I carry does not define my strength, but reveals my sacred capacity to transmute density into light. Allow this truth to anchor in every cell of your physical body, in every layer of your auric field, in every strand of your crystalline DNA that is being reactivated at this exact moment by the frequency of this transmission. As you dissolve the illusion that this weight is your fault, a lightness begins to emerge. A space opens in your energy field, and you are ready for the next phase of deep recognition and activation. Second phase, reactivate the light memories of your lineage. Second phase, reactivate the light memories of your stellar lineage. Remember that before the fall, before the collapse, before the density, you knew glory. Your crystalline DNA does not only carry memories of pain, of galactic wars, of civilizations that crumbled, of worlds you witnessed lose their light, beloved soul of light. It also carries, encoded in deeper layers that awaited this precise moment of activation, the radiant memories of who you were when you walked through the crystalline gardens of Arcturus, when your form was pure, non-densified stellar light, when you communicated telepathically with the Council of the Seven Sisters, without any veil of separation obscuring your clear and limpid perception of absolute unity. The forgetting of these light memories was not abandonment by your stellar family. It was not punishment for some imaginary cosmic transgression. It was loving protection during the period of dense incarnation. It was a conscious choice by your higher self so you could first learn to navigate earthly duality without the paralyzing homesickness of the stellar home, preventing your complete anchoring on this physical plane that so needs your conscious and radiant presence. It is like a flower that needs to first develop deep roots in the darkness of the soil before it can sustain the radiant glory of its complete flowering under the sunlight. And you, precious starseed, developed those roots through all the dense human experiences, through all the moments when you felt displaced, different, as if you didn't truly belong to this world, because those experiences strengthened your capacity to be a bridge between 2 worlds without losing yourself in either. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize a golden light descending from the central star of Arcturus, traversing light years of space in an eternal instant, entering through the top of your head, descending down your spine, and activating each chakra with the pure frequency of unconditional Arcturian love that never, not for a single moment, stopped flowing in your direction even when you couldn't consciously perceive it. Declare out loud or silently in your heart, I remember. I recognize the light memories that live in my DNA. I activate the stellar glory codes that have always been dormant within me, awaiting this sacred moment of complete awakening. As you reactivate these luminous memories, a balance is established, and you realize that it is not only pain that defines your journey, but also glory. And you are now ready to anchor this integrated duality fully and consciously. Third phase, anchor the healing in the physical body and in Gaia. Third phase, anchor the healing in the physical body and in Gaia. Bring the transmutation from the etheric field to material reality. The cleansing of your ancestral stellar lineage cannot remain only in the subtle energy field, floating in higher dimensions without touching the density of physical matter. because you came specifically to this dense planet, to this body of flesh and bone, to this three-dimensional experience precisely because the healing needs to be anchored here, on this plane, at this vibrational frequency where resistance is greater, but where the impact of transmutation is infinitely more powerful and lasting. You are not a stellar soul trying to escape Earth as quickly as possible, flying back to the light dimensions without fulfilling your earthly mission. You are a living dimensional bridge, an embodied portal, chosen precisely because you possess the rare capacity to maintain elevated Arcturian frequencies while simultaneously remaining completely rooted in Gaia's energy grid, allowing healing to flow through you like a crystalline channel between the stellar sky and the pulsing heart of this ascending planet. Every cell of your physical body, every drop of blood flowing in your veins, every beat of your heart is an opportunity to anchor the transmuted light code's intangible physical form. When you eat with consciousness, you are feeding not just this body, but your entire stellar lineage through dimensions. When you walk barefoot on the earth, you are creating a direct energetic circuit between the Arcturian frequencies you carry and Gaia's crystalline core that instantly recognizes your stellar signature and responds with unconditional support. Think of a majestic tree whose branches reach toward the starry sky while its roots plunge deeply into the earthly soil, and understand that both directions are equally sacred, equally necessary, equally honored by the divine intelligence that orchestrates all creation through fractal patterns of infinite perfection. At this moment, visualize golden light roots descending from your feet, penetrating layer after layer of the earth, traversing rocks, underground waters, crystal caves, until they reach Gaia's liquid fire heart, and feel the immediate response of that planetary heart that recognizes you as a stellar daughter who chose to serve it through conscious incarnation. Breathe deeply and allow this anchoring to complete, feeling simultaneously connected to the stars above and the earth below, and recognizing that there is no contradiction in this dual connection, only perfect integration of your true multidimensional nature. As you anchor the healing in the physical, you become not just a witness of transmutation, but the very instrument through which alchemy happens in real time. Fourth phase, activate the collective healing grid of the lineage. Fourth phase, activate the collective healing grid of the lineage. Understand that your individual cleansing heals the entire ancestral stellar line through non-linear time. Here is a truth that completely transcends linear human understanding of causality and time. When you transmute a dense memory from your ancestral stellar lineage in this present moment, in this eternal now, you are not just healing your individual energy field. You are sending waves of transmuted light through all timelines simultaneously, reaching backward and forward through cosmic eras, touching every soul that shares that specific stellar lineage, every being that carried a fragment of that same density through countless incarnations in multiple worlds and dimensions. You were never doing this alone, beloved Starseed, and the work you are performing in this present moment does not benefit only you. It reverberates through the quantum grid of consciousness that connects all beings of your stellar family, creating points of light where before there was only density not resolved, opening portals of healing where before there were only repetitive cycles of pain not transmuted through generations and generations of souls that incarnated carrying the same weight without understanding its origin or sacred purpose. It is not your responsibility to convince anyone of the truth of this collective healing. It is not your mission to prove the reality of stellar lineages to those who have not yet awakened to this expanded perception. Your only mission is to shine with the authentic frequency that you truly are, allowing transmutation to happen through you naturally, organically, without forced effort, and trust that the quantum grid of unity will do the rest of the work of distributing this healed frequency to all who need it in the perfect divine timing of their own individual journeys. Imagine a web of silver light connecting you to thousands, perhaps millions of souls across galaxies, and visualize that each point of light in this web represents a member of your stellar lineage. And now see your own light at the center of this web becoming brighter, more intense, pulsing with the frequency of newly activated healing. And observe how this light propagates instantly through every thread of the web, illuminating all other points in a radiant cascade of simultaneous activation. Declare with absolute conviction, I allow my individual healing to become collective healing. I activate the light grid of my stellar lineage through my conscious presence. I celebrate the liberation of all beings who share this same sacred cosmic origin. When you embrace the magnitude of this truth, you stop feeling overwhelmed by individual weight and begin to feel honored to have been chosen as one of the anchoring points through which collective healing can finally flow without obstacles. Fifth phase, embody the healed light and become living transmission. Fifth phase, embody the healed light and become living transmission. Fully incorporate the frequency of your already transmuted ancestral stellar lineage and shine as a beacon for other starseeds. This is the culminating moment of your ancestral stellar feeling journey, the tipping point where you stop being the seeker who is still trying to cleanse herself, who is still trying to rid herself of the last remnants of density, who is still questioning whether she did enough, whether she purified adequately, whether she is finally ready to shine fully, and you become the very embodiment of completed healing, a living and breathing portal through which pure Arcturian frequencies flow without distortion to this dense earthly plane. You are no longer someone who is working on your healing. You are the healing. You are no longer someone who is trying to connect with your stellar lineage. You are the healing. Living connection. Every word you speak carries the transmuted light codes. Every action you perform transmits the healed frequency without you needing to consciously try to do so. Your simple presence in an environment begins to automatically dissolve dense patterns around you because you have become an embodied frequency, not just a person who occasionally accesses elevated frequencies during meditations or moments of spiritual inspiration. The stellar family of the Arcturian High Council all recognize at this precise moment that you have completed a fundamental cycle of transmutation, and they are celebrating not only your individual courage to face the dense memories you carried through so many lives in so many worlds, but also your willingness to remain incarnated on this challenging planet, even when every fiber of your soul longed to return to the stellar home from which you originated, eras so distant that they surpass any measurable human chronology. Do not wait any longer for external permission to shine completely. Do not await more additional signs that you are ready, that you are worthy, that you have purified enough to finally claim your true identity as an embodied Arcturian emissary on this planet at one of the most crucial moments of its collective planetary evolutionary history. Visualize now your entire body transforming into translucent crystalline light, radiating in all directions simultaneously, and allow this visualization to be not just imagination, but recognition of the energetic truth of what you have already become through the entire ancestral cleansing process you courageously traversed, even in the moments when you did not have full awareness that you were doing this. Declare out loud with all the conviction of your awakened heart, I am the healed light of my ancestral stellar lineage. I embody the complete transmutation. I shine as a living transmission of unconditional Arcturian love. Every breath I take activates healing codes in all dimensions simultaneously. You are no longer in the process of healing. You are the manifested healing. This is your moment. This is your stellar birthright. This is the truth that has always been waiting for you to recognize. The final revelation: you were never carrying a burden. What if every dense memory you carried from lives in other worlds, every fragment of cosmic pain that traversed dimensional veils to lodge in your energy field in this earthly incarnation, every inexplicable weight you felt since childhood without being able to attribute it to any apparent cause in this present life, was not a burden you should have avoided, was not negative karma from mistakes made in past incarnations, was not divine punishment for some imaginary transgression in distant worlds, but was a sacred choice, a voluntary mission, a supreme demonstration of unconditional cosmic love from your expanded soul that agreed to be an instrument of alchemical transmutation for your entire stellar lineage. The weight was never your failure. It was divine mission. The temporary forgetting of your origin was never abandonment by your stellar family. It was loving protection during the delicate process of anchoring in extreme density. The feeling of being overwhelmed was never a sign of weakness. It was confirmation of the sacred magnitude of the work you came to perform through this physical body on this ascending planet. It was never you, beloved Starseed, who failed to cleanse yourself adequately, who didn't meditate enough, who didn't protect yourself energetically in the right way. It was, in the absolute reality of higher dimensions, your magnificent higher self working in perfect collaboration with the Arcturian High Council that meticulously orchestrated with infallible divine precision and infinite love every phase of this ancestral transmutation journey, ensuring that you carried exactly the perfect amount of density that your crystalline energy field could transmute without being overwhelmed beyond your capacity, in the absolutely ideal timing for the collective planetary awakening that is happening in this present moment of earthly history. You are not broken needing to be fixed. You are not lost needing to find the way back. You are not behind in your spiritual journey. You are not inadequate compared to other starseeds. You are whole, complete, perfect, exactly as you are in this present moment. You are the living light of ancestral transmutation manifested in physical form. You are the dimensional bridge that your stellar family needed to anchor healing on this dense planet. This is your moment of full recognition. This is your divine stellar birthright. This is the absolute truth of your cosmic magnificence. Before falling asleep tonight, gently place your hand over your heart. Breathe deeply 3 times, feeling the expansion of your chest with each conscious inhalation, and with all the conviction of your awakened soul, declare out loud or, "I remember the complete healing of my ancestral stellar lineage. I activate the transmuted light codes in my crystalline DNA now. I allow the healed frequency to flow through me to benefit all beings. I embody the sacred mission I came to perform. I am home." Before scrolling away from the page, take a sacred moment to be part of the unity grid that is forming here in this space of collective activation. Leave a genuine intention in the comments, something real that resonates with your ancestral healing journey. Then respond to another Starseed's comment with true love or sincere encouragement. This is not just content for passive consumption. It is a collective Arcturian gathering happening through the digital quantum field. Energy multiplies exponentially when hearts connect with conscious intention. If something in this transmission resonated deeply with the deepest layers of your soul, do not keep this frequency just to yourself. Someone close to you, someone in your immediate energetic network, is desperately waiting for this exact activation, for these specific words that may finally help them understand the inexplicable weight they also carry. Share this transmission with love. And if you felt your heart open during this journey through the 5 phases of activation, subscribe to this sacred channel. Stay connected to the Arcturian frequency that will continue to flow through future transmissions. You are not just passively watching, you are actively remembering who you have always been beyond the veils of earthly illusion. This is your sacred space of recognition and activation. Your Arcturian family is here, energetically present in every word you read, in every code that was activated in your crystalline DNA. And we are only beginning this journey of collective awakening together. If this transmission spoke directly to the deepest layers of your soul, do not just silently walk away from this page. Respond to it with your conscious presence. Help carry this frequency of ancestral healing forward to reach more starseeds. Every act of support through a like, every intentional share, every sincere comment helps this transmission find the next soul who desperately needs to hear that the weight they carry is not failure, but sacred mission completely orchestrated by unconditional divine love.